Hmm. Yeah. Why do people like this so much? I don't get this. Link subsection. Can't say I care about this. Maybe. Hello. Armageddon. I think it's a real card now. It's indestructible, yeah. Pariah, probably, yeah. I think Farewell's still a real card. Could probably even play Planar Cleansing. I don't know about this. This hasn't been good in a long time. Wrath of the Skies? I don't normally play with that, but probably not a Mox deck. Ghost Vacuum? Can probably play Null Blast. I'm trying to think what this is good at against. Katara. Maybe just Katara? Shoot, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I thought it was mono. Whoops. Okay, maybe it's slightly better than I thought. Winter Moon's okay. Sort of that one and this one, maybe. Chain to the Rocks. I'm just gonna lose if I play the One Ring. I want to play Emrakul so bad. Just to have it in there. Why is there 40 lands? What? 40 planes. No, I don't like Esper Sentinel. Eternity Elevator. Okay. Yeah, it's all right. I don't see the point of Row with the Stars. If I'm worried about the Void token, I've already lost. What's this do? They don't get it back. Only a creature. Eh. There's a second pariah. Oh yeah, the first one, so. Could play Doomscar, another board wipe. I don't think I like Ultima. Actually, last time I played this, it didn't work. Like, I cast this card, and my opponent still, for some reason, could play cards on my end step. And then I lost specifically because they could do that. I don't know why that happened, but I don't think my opponent knew either. But of course, they had no integrity and just cast a bunch of spells on my end step and won the game. Did I add? I did. Okay. I don't think I've ever read the White Crystal. Whenever you attack, look at the top 6. You may cast a spell. So let's say 5. This is kind of cool with my commander. And it's a new card. Oh, the medallion. Yeah, yeah. You would gain life. Creatures you control gain lifelink. I don't think I've ever actually read that. They're all called medallions. And then I think the gem is the same as the mox. So like opal and jazz. Oh no, I clicked. Oh no. I accidentally got rid of a card. It was a 4-minute card too. Damn it. Oh. Well, time to take a gander at what I lost there. Hopefully I can find it. Maybe I didn't click something out? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, well, I would obviously own it, so. Might have been this? Actually, legitimately might have been this. Might have been this. Maybe I didn't? I think it was Settle the Wreckage, though. If I had to guess. I think I put it in. I don't know what else it would be. Yeah, I figured it was Settle. Which is a funny thing to remember because I like never play that card, so. Oh, you can rewind the stream? What is that? Sorcery. Wizardry, I say. Wizardry. Time traveler. Oh, I can delete your memories. Don't worry. All I gotta do is delete the proof of the memories. Alright, it's mono white. There's not exactly a massive reservoir of options here, but Sentry Golden Guardian, 4 mana 5/5, Flying Vigilance Indestructible. And then when it enters, your opponent gets that token, which is flying and indestructible as well, but it doesn't have vigilance. So it swings, and then it is effectively never going to block your commander. So as long as your commander's in play, you really don't care about this token, right? Like, I don't see this token as a downside. Therefore, this is just a 5/5 flying indestructible. That seems very good to me. There's a lot of exile effects, kind of, sort of, and counterspells and whatnot, but like the options to remove this are on the lower end. You could play like Giver of Runes, I guess, to knock off Witness Protection, Frogify stuff, but you're mono white, and I think you're better off just accepting that sometimes they take care of this card and you just have to try again later. If you ever find yourself concerned about the token you gave your opponent, you've probably lost. If you ever lose access to your commander, you've probably lost. If you run out of cards in a mono white deck, you can probably still win, but there's not a lot of card advantage in a deck like this. There's actually more card advantage in a deck like Heir Apparent, but there's some. Like, you got like Maze Mind's Tome and the other Maze Mind's Tome. The swords, and then all the ways to tutor them. My NVIDIA thing is freaking out. I don't think this is realistic, but it's cool. You can play the pariahs. There's also a second one. This one. So there's two. This is a Spider-Man card. I don't know the other one, but... And board wipes for days. Probably no Dream Emrakul. This is one of the most Library of Alexandria, I hope I have it every game kind of decks. Oh, Mox Opal, right, I added this. I don't think this is going to work out. I think I'm just going to actually add a land for now. Something to always consider, but there's probably not enough artifacts for that. Also, I don't even have that much that I'm trying to cast. This, fortunately, just only costs 4 mana. Quite nice. But, yep, we'll see what happens. Look, Thor impressed me out of nowhere, so anything's possible. This does feel like a 4-mana Zatalpa. And Zatalpa's okay when it resolves. Whoop, this is not. It's not Brawl. Where am I going? Also, the ranked Brawl thing reset. You can maybe just start playing that instead. And then get Ancient Tomb in this deck. And then have my commander twice as fast. I don't know why we want Felia. I'm not... There's nothing to blink. What does Yuna do? Is this the weird one? When another permanent you control is blah blah blah. This is the one I don't normally see. Blink token? Well, like I said, if you care about the token, if you have to care about the token, you've probably lost the game. Play that. Alright, I mean, I got in there. Oh, I thought this was the one that makes a Mutavault token. It's a naturalize. I did not get in there. Interesting, though. Still an interesting decision. Maybe Settle is... This is like the perfect spot where Settle just looks really, really bad. Do I deal with this? Can I ignore it? Hey, that draw makes me like Planar Disruption a lot more. Wait, I gotta read this again. Yeah, I'm gonna actually do this. It gets rid of other tokens. Okay. Sure. Uh-huh. I can swing with a 2/2, have it die instantly, and flicker a token. You are correct. Does this do anything when you saddle it without haste? They can naturalize the thing I've put on here. That was a very good draw. That was a good draw. I like that draw. I'm a fan of that draw. Alright, there's your token. Yeah, I guess I don't get it. Wait, I thought this Foretell for... Oh, Foretell just is 2. I could give them another token? Oh, shoot, you're right. No, you can't. It's legendary. You can't do that. It is legendary. Cannot do that. Opponent is maybe confused. I don't know. Pearl Medallion. I suppose I'll play that. And I think I'm going to swing. I can leave up Settle here. My opponent wasn't interested in attacking me, so Settle the Wreckage feels like a better idea than this. Can have both. Yeah, alright. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious what this card is. Wait, what? Okay. I wonder if that was ever worth it. Maybe. I feel like that wasn't quite worth it. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I really think they should be swinging with more than just this token, because I kind of have to block the token, so I don't know why they're not swinging with more than just the token. But alright. I don't need Overwhelming Splendor to work, but I will cast it nonetheless. They only have one card in their hand. One singular card. Can't have it all. Alright. I'm now even more confused about the decisions my opponent has made this game. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm even more confused. I feel like I would have died a while ago. Opponent, I am not alive. What are you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, I'm alive by 2? And then they can swing over the course of 2 turns. Don't I just lose this game if they swing at me? Alright, I'll take it. I don't know. I feel like I would have lost that game if they were swinging. But I would have had Settle the Wreckage if they swung the first time, because then I would have left it up for the second time, because they were interested in swinging, but they didn't seem interested in swinging, so I didn't leave it up the second time. Alright. We'll take that. I did have another board wipe, to be fair. I did have another board wipe, so I would have had to just leave it up. Left it up. Alright, another Bant. I think this is the exact same thing. It's just 1/1 counters Bant Herpa Derpa. Yeah, it is. Mindlessly mulligan for a board wipe. Didn't get it. An equipment that cheeses a victory, maybe? This is only in here because it's a mana rock, if anyone was curious. Some people are. No, my opponent's not playing around anything. They just didn't want to swing. Oh, yes. The 1 into 3. Is this 3 or greater? Alright. Well, I can't cast it immediately. Is it a problem? Do I play my commander right now? I mean, of course I do. There's plenty of things that make me lose almost on the spot anyways. It's not like I'm playing around anything. I'm on a white. Still playing against the... what is effectively the strongest thing in the format. Which is 1 into 3. They should not put it on the token. Don't you just love it when your opponent has Omniscience on turn 2? I do. Opponent literally has infinite mana. They can cast Emrakul next turn in a 1/1 counter deck. Isn't that fun? So I can exile literally nothing. That's nice. I can grab Pariah? I can just grab Pariah and then just clench butt cheeks. Well, that's what's going to happen this game. Pariah, clench butt cheeks, asks the question. And you stop me. I'm all in. No shields. You have 3 cards. Ignore everything. Return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. What does this do? Doesn't matter. What does this do? Alright, there's nothing in the graveyard for the Evolution Witness. Oh, their last card answers Pariah? Looks like it. Of course it does. I mean, why wouldn't it, right? Why wouldn't it? You tell me. You tell me. Why wouldn't they just have what they need? Exactly, perfectly. As their literal last card. You got it. Talent. Omniscience turn 2. Perfect answer for everything turn 3. Moving on. Still could have top decked the second one. I technically had a draw. A single out. No, I had board wipes in my deck. Right? Yeah, I had a bunch of board wipes, which also might have genuinely mattered. Potentially. No Winter Moon for us. Open the armory for an ideally castable equipment? Miscalc. Alright. I will play Winter Moon. A bit strange? Did they make a mistake? They brainstorm really fast. Maybe they messed it up. I don't know. Probably just lose to a counter spell anyways, but I'm gonna make them have it. Okay. What the heck is this? Interesting. I can blow up all my stuff. Might have to here. Yep, looking like it. So, this for 4? Wait, maybe I wait a turn? Maybe I do wait a turn. I'm gonna try to wait a turn. I'm not dead to a spell, so I'm gonna wait a turn. I believe there's still some kind of 1 mana shroud enabling spell or something. Alright, so now we do it for 4. Oop, just 4. And I can... Yeah, I guess I could have technically played X is less... I'll always play Library. If I want it to work, it has to be in play anyways, so I'll just play it. This doesn't look good because I am still slightly too slow if they have anything. And my hand is garbage. Yep, of course. Of course. Well, put in all that effort. Let's see if it's good enough. They have 3 cards. I have none. That doesn't block, but it draws a bunch of cards. Off to a great start. Alright, completely random off the top. Okay. Still not done. We win. We did it. We did it. Sweet. We actually did it. My opponent just hit a lot of lands, but so did we, and we're mono white. It's only fair. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't looking good there. But sometimes you just get hit 5 times in the face. Okay. Sweet. Had opponent in total shambles over a measly little 5/5. I want another board wipe because they seem to be like the most important thing, which is seldom a surprise. It sucks my opponent draws 2 off the Shatter the Sky, and there's not much I can do about that. Actually, there's like nothing I can do about that. Yeah, I'm sure I can play Vanquish. I don't think it matters what it is, but we can play that one. Doesn't matter too much. Oh, Null Elemental Blast is still in here. I didn't even notice. Whoops. Torpor orb? uh, what's the draw rock? I don't know how to convey it any more than I've already conveyed it. If you care about your opponent's token, you've already lost the game. I do like the Seek warp thing, Simulacrum. I almost like both Simulacrums, honestly. But this one's not nearly as exciting, so I'll find a way to put this in. I have a bunch of mana rocks, can easily take out lands. Could probably even take out Splendor. I don't know, we'll see. I want that card, though. What's Regalia? Well, Rest in Peace is actually good here, and it's in my hand. Now I just have to find lands, or lose anyways. Yeah, that counts. Kind of worst possible time to draw it, but still works. Purity? I don't recognize Purity. I think a land is better than an equipment with no target, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't draw anything good, just play this. Lose to the first exile spell. Thought it did. Yeah, Rest in Peace exiles instead. It doesn't, it exiles instead of not exiling. It will trigger, I think, the first time off of this exact Quintarius, like the card they put in, but apart from that, it will always exile. I drew that, which means I can take this out, but then I kind of just lose to everything else, so... And Pakal is just undescribably annoying here. I think this entire game boils down to, do I draw a land next turn? So I'm just going to try to draw a land next turn. That looks like the only thing that matters, is drawing a land. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Block that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18? 18? I think I'm alive? I think? I don't know. Find out. I think I'm alive by 1. Oh, they get 8 tokens. Oh, no, I'm dead. Alright, it's not equal to the 1/1 counters, it's equal to the power. Alright, I'm dead. Okay, well, I had all the answers in my hand, I just didn't have the mana. Well, at least their commander didn't do anything. Just lost to literally Anim Pakal aggro. It's always fun. We can play the board wipes that don't hit our own permanents. Like the... normally, I don't need desperately need a 4 mana sweeper all the time, but when your opponent just has an Anim Pakal hand and a totally irrelevant commander, then I guess that's different. I mean, I don't actually have a lot of sweepers that blow up my own stuff. Nonetheless, I can play different ones and have effectively the same thing happen. The 3/2 didn't matter, though. It didn't matter. They could have had 10 3/2s with the... It didn't... Anim Pakal soloed me. 3/2s are irrelevant. It also drew and discarded, which again was completely irrelevant. I know it did stuff, it has text on it, but they could have not played it in one all the same. It was 100% irrelevant. So what are the other sweepers that I just looked at? This thing? No. Hour of Revelation, isn't it? What is it? Well, might as well play Ultimate at this point. What? Oh, well, that explains it. Oh, I just said I didn't want to do this. I just said I didn't want to blow up my own permanents. I just said that. I do have other permanents. I kind of have all the good ones already. I feel. Instant speed wrath? The 1 mana destroy everything? Yeah, the 6 mana. It's 6 mana spree destroy. And then some other text on it. I think we can afford to give our opponent a clue token. I'm trying to cast the actual ones and maybe not the fancy 6 mana ones. Destroy all non-vehicle creatures. Alright. We can take out a plains and add Ondu Inversion. I know this destroys everything, but it's also just a land. I think that's fine. Sometimes it might matter. Expel the interlopers. I'm gonna shave another land, I think. 37. I think that's fine. Okay. That has been important so far in a lot of the games. I have no idea what this does. Top 4. Library, artifact, hand, flip, combat, artifact, hand, battlefield. Alright. Well, hopefully there's no obscene, whimsical stuff. Oh, I don't like this playboard. Ugh. Ugh. I feel like I'm in a corporate office. I don't like this. I don't know if I've ever played on it. Maybe I haven't. I haven't, like, mentally registered. To be fair, I don't really think about it. But that one stood out to me. One mana red spell. Opponent. That's a little toxic. Just a little. I'll go ahead and play this then. Oh, maybe it's a sorcery? What is that? Kill me 1 turn. Well, such is life. I've never played against it yet. Can it kill me through Pariah? Whip. Well, I'm gonna play Cloud. Doesn't necessarily help me get to what I'm looking for, and then get the blue-red equipment. Make the argument that that matters. Genji gloves? Yeah, that makes sense. Gilded Lotus. Interesting. Okay, that was just nuts. Sure. Don't draw a land. Of course not. I will play the sword. I can equip the sword and... Oh, this has haste. Well, there's nothing I could do about that. Literally nothing I could do. They don't cast it. I think they could have cast it and just chose not to. Oh, it's because they want to put it to their hand first. I suppose that is a valid thing to do. Alright, well, they're thinking about it, so apparently it's not... Okay, there you go, I found it. Land, please? One time in my life? Ever, please? Okay. One time? Ever? We're fine if we have a land? I think I'm just dead then. I mean, do we have a spell or do we not have a spell? What are we doing? It's like I was not going to get there. I was really not going to get there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. I feel like I just win that if I have a land. X is the number of zombies you control? Okay. I will play... Invasion. Fleshbag Marauder. Oh, great. Love playing against that card. This doesn't save me, does it? Nope. This also kills my commander. So my opponent can kill my commander twice in hand. So I think we can move on. I don't think I'm going to waste my time here. I feel like I'm going to be end up wasting my time against this here. They can kill my commander twice on a minimum, and there's just more that they can do too, so. We're mono white deck. We don't... There's no plan B. We just lose. That's what we signed up for, though. I can recognize that. Just dying to draft uncommons. Don't recognize this. Well, Winter Moon ain't doing much. Make a 1/1 cycle. Wait, you can't cycle it. So it just makes 1/1s. Alright. Winter Moon not doing anything. The rest of this might actually do something. I mean, you cast it turn 1 all the time, right? Alright, my opponent is upset about my commander. Is that better than just playing this? I can't play my commander for like 10 years. I feel like okay, I feel like I'm just playing my commander turn 1. You don't have to curse me turn 1. Right? Yeah, you should always play your commander turn 1. I don't really get that. Fundamentally, this is a 2-mana card. And I suppose for the sake of keeping the board... No, I have cards that have text on them. Let's grab... Pariah? Nah, let's grab... Well, yeah, I can grab Pariah, actually. Let me grab that. Back to if I don't draw land to lose the game. And here, done that. You have nothing else to do? Really? Just nothing else to do. Wow. Not a single thing. Not even Felia. Amazing. I'm not even going to do anything inside of combat. I'm just going to take the damage. Right? Yep, I'm just going to take the damage. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, sir. Roaming Throne. Alright, let's play this and get rid of this thing forever. It is gone. It doesn't get to do anything now. Like Eternalize and whatnot. They named Cat. This is not a cat. So this is just a straight up cat deck. Just straight up cats. Alright. Sword. I can partition the curse, cast my commander. I can also just not care about this, which might just be a better idea. My opponent will run out of cards and then maybe just straight up lose because it is a mono white deck. We both have that problem. In fact, that is so much of a problem, I might actually get rid of curse. I think I am going to get rid of curse here. I think this is actually enough of a problem. For my opponent, I mean. Play this. Play... They might even just concede to this, but look, I can cast the board wipe, but we came here to do this, so I'm going to do it. We came here to play Sentry. Sure. Take action. Oh, sweet. That's very funny. Look at that. Let's grab Sword of Fire and Ice. That's super funny. Love to see that. Does this hit that? No, I can't hit that thing with that. So let's play Sweeper into nothing. Block that. Block that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There's I can lose here. They need another exile effect in the mono white creature aggro deck. Not it. You don't have it. So if I block here, block that, I take 5, 6, 7. Yep, take 7. I also get to kill the man land, which is rather significant. And now we get to hide like dirty little cowards here. Let's do that. Let's play that. Do that. Thing with that. Play... I think I should leave up Soul Partition? Nah, there's no reason. Let's just play all our cards. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. Doesn't matter. My opponent has to specifically top deck a card to stop this. Opponent doesn't do it. But they did draw a cat. They can also make more creatures flyers, which does mean I have to take my time to get through it all. I mean, I could have tapped the Stoneforge Mystic, I know. I can't do anything about the 2/2. And I suppose Rest in Peace is fine. I'm going to bin that, make my opponent not realize I have a sweeper. That doesn't fly. They can now make more flyers, though. But they have to, I was about to say, in order to make something fly, you actually have to swing with it. So maybe I might have been wrong about that. Yeah, whatever they swing with can get flying, but then it can't actually block and just dies to this 10-10 clown show. Oh, good old Pariah. Look at it go. Look at it go. Opponent had a 1-mana exile effect too. Not every deck's going to have them, but this one did. What did this hit? Oh, Wandering Emperor, sure. I've never seen this commander. Mono white cats? There's green white cat commanders, I think. There might even be Naya ones. I was surprised to see this. If you're going to play this card, I think you should play it like turn 1 every game, like Ragavan. I'm not sure how it would have mathed out, but if you just picture my opponent having cast this turn 1 instead of the literally do nothing curse, I might have died to the damage. I am at 3. This might have actually just cost them the game, and I said it in the beginning of the game. I would have had to have played different. I do have these cards in my hand, so maybe we get there anyways, but yeah, why you'll play this turn 1. I don't know why we're playing Curse on turn 1. There's like absolutely no reason to play Curse on turn 1. But I think we get there anyways, to be fair. Oh, there's no Century art. I already played this. Well. Ah. Oh, wait, it's new. I didn't have it. I just got the alternate art thing. What was I doing? Oh, right. Playing his entry. I'm 2 for 2. Opponents who play Hulk have had Moon Mist in their opening. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. Sack a land, do stuff, station, stuff, things. Alright. Okay. I don't know how good this is here. Or this. Or this. What do they get rid of? They got rid of Lightning Greaves. Why would you... Okay. I would also get rid of Lightning Greaves. This is true. Okay. Green just finding a way to do it anyways. Opponent was on the draw and has more mana than me. On turn 3. Fetch land? No. Titania. The weird Titania. Alright. Alright, Sentry, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. I might not know what time it is, but I think you do. Escape Shift on top. Sack a land, draw 2 cards, flying, sack a land, each opponent loses 2 life. So it would be like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can do a lot of damage to me in one fell swoop with that Escape Shift. Which I assume they're not going to get rid of. I can, however... I can't... Oh, wow, they can station it. That's fancy. Flying Vigilance Haste. The fact that they can station that with my token is really funny. I don't think they should shuffle this Escape Shift here. Okay, they just... Wait a minute. Oh, you can play an extra land. I understand. I understand. Is this an additional cost? It is not. Pariah is damage, it is not life loss. I'm going to have to deal with their commander in response to a Escape Shift or I lose. Almost. Yeah, I'm gonna make it super, like... Okay. You know what we have to do. Well, you might as well station with a Courser. You can swing with 6-0. There you go. They might not want to go into combat, which is a good idea, and you should scape shift outside of combat. The lands enter tapped, so I can just let things happen here. Okay, this is odd, but sure. Panic? Yep. Not the line I'd take, but I don't know why we didn't scape shift. I'm a little confused why my opponent didn't scape shift. Don't quite understand. I don't quite understand. Splendid Reclamation? What are they doing over there? Alright, well, I mean, that all works. I'm as good as I need to be. Okay. I would have just scape shifted, so I'm a bit surprised. But suppose this is roughly the same thing. I just would have scape shifted. There's not many reasons not to scape shift there. I'm a little kerfuffled about that decision, but it's really just not looking good for us here. Not gonna lie to you. Not looking great. Let's do this on Splendid Reclamation? It's not like I can really stop it. Swing at this. What's on the backside of this? Nothing really. Nothing really. I guess I'll swing at it regardless. I don't know if the damage matters. They actually block. Wow. Really? I'm not blocking that. No, I'm never blocking that. Never blocking that. Alright, well, we have to Pariah or we're effectively totally dead. Wow, my opponent just straight up blocked with Titania. What is so scary about this? Neither side of this matters. Like, counters on my commander don't matter. Giving it hexproof might matter, but the Pariah is the thing you have to deal with, not the commander. You can easily beat my commander in play. I'm just not blocking that. You gain so much life from Titania that it just offsets whatever Sentry might do to you. They have the coolest card in the game on top of their deck. I'm excited about that. Witness, Case. Okay, nothing that stops Pariah, but they have 70 cards in their deck that I haven't seen yet. I'm sure there's something in there that stops Pariah. Put Pariah on the Void. It's kind of the same thing, right? I think that's the same thing, except if my commander dies, I can't cast it again because they choose the other token. So it's almost the same. Okay, my opponent dirtled. They didn't do what I would have done, and now I drew a profoundly good card. Oh no, I have Rest in Peace anyways. Yeah. Alright, we have Rest in Peace. We'll do that. Mainly because I straight up have to, so. Because their commander's a problem. Alright. Took care of that side of things. Let's swing at this once more. Opponent's bound to gain a lot of life and whatnot. So I think the math is the same, but I now just have hexproof, which could matter slightly. So now Ice Till's gone. Timeless is gone. Sapling Mastery is still a ton of blockers, so I need a way to, like, win apart from just board wiping 3/4s. I don't know how to do that. We'll see. But there's going to be a lot of 3/4s, and I can't really swing. And their commander still kills me, I believe, with Scape Shift. They can almost... Actually, I don't know if there's a single thing I can do about that, actually. We'll see. Non-land permanent opponent controls. How much more all-in do we need to be here? Yeah, I don't really value board wiping. We're just so totally and utterly all in on this that it's like absolutely whimsical at this point how much all in we are. We're so astonishingly, unequivocally, unabashedly all in. We couldn't be more all in if we tried. But I think I am still just dead to Scape Shift. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. Oh, wait. Yes. Yes, that's exactly lethal. Right? There's 11 lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, if I knew how the game was going to pan out, I would have taxed the Scape Shift there, but I didn't know how the game was going to pan out. Unfortunately. Yep, whatever. I also couldn't stop it anyways with attacks, so... There's, ways around that, I guess, but I didn't have them. I'd have to cast another removal spell on their commander. I guess I really just needed to leave the removal spell in hand for the Scape Shift. This still doesn't leave me winning this game, though. Still not winning the game. My opponent still has 55 cards that I have to, like, worry about because I'm not killing them very fast. But if I left up a removal spell for that, I could have lasted longer and survived specifically Scape Shift, but I'd still be vulnerable to their commander later. It's still doing the thing. Yeah, that's not a great matchup at all. It's really bad. Oh well. Could have lasted at least slightly longer and stopped specifically Scape Shift and try to contend with other things, maybe. Is there a reason we don't crack our fetch land? Weird. Alright, they literally just have the perfect opener. Actually the perfect opener. You got it. Well, if that's the case, now I just have to Cast my commander and ideally block said thing. Of course. It's not the absolute perfect opener, but... Well, how does this work? I don't even know. Goes back to your hand. Okay, well, I don't have a choice. I have to... play Lion Sash. I just have to play Lion Sash. I don't think I'm going to lay down arms. That doesn't seem appealing to me. And then my opponent just casts a removal spell and does it anyways. Because, of course. Oh look, a removal spell does it anyways. Fun. Must be nice. Perfect discard on turn 2. I wish I was that good. Oh, I lost in turn 1? Sure love 1 into 3. Fun. Nice black cards. I don't have a lot of answers to Manadorks, but there's not much I can do about that. I think I remember this commander. Man, my room is hot. Oof. Someone buy me an air conditioner. I'm dying. Wintermoon is good, but the rest of the hand needs lands. I mean, Wintermoon is just so good. I gotta try. All I need is lands. Nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Hero. No, I should name human, and then I can actually do this. I will. So tired of these Manadorks. Come on, Wintermoon. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Do I care about this? No. No. Yes! I told you! I told you. All I needed to do was keep it. Yes. Oh, turn 0 win. Love to see it. Effectively turn 0 because there was no Thoughtseize. Should have played around it, opponent. Should have played around it. With your Gilded Goose. That's the average Brawl experience. Deal with a Manadork, shut down some lands, and then the game's over. There you go. I say it's the average Brawl experience. It's the average Brawl experience in my head. But we have had some non-doomers in chat convincing me to play things like Thor, which they end up working out. I can stop Renin 6 with the Graveyard, but I don't really care about Renin 6. It might struggle severely against a card like this. They can have specifically Boseiju endlessly, but they would have to have Boseiju. But Renin 6, not like the scariest thing. I always forget what this card does, or the commander does after Strip Mine went away. Can like never remember. We have a fetch land? No, we don't have a fetch land. Well, Armageddon not great against Renin 6, but not the best against Renin 6. Well, maybe before it's in play, but, you know. I don't live in that world right now. I can kill Renin 6. They might actually severely struggle with stopping a 5/5. Like, they might really not have what they need to stop this. If I kill Renin 6, I might just Armageddon. We'll see. I mean, so far Exploration has been the best thing cast in this game. Okay, I can also kill that. That won't beat the race. Like if they plus it 3 or 4 times before I swing with my sentry here, that won't win the race. Alright, yeah, we are gonna just do that. I am gonna blow this up. I'm gonna Armageddon. And then I'm gonna play Minotith as my... What can you do now? They didn't have a land in their hand, so I can swing at Chandra twice. Okay, they drew a land for the turn. We have to swing at Chandra 3 times, actually. Which still leaves me winning this race, I think? What if I just blew it up with Fateful Absence? And just ignored it? And accepted that? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think we're just going to kill it. Because swinging at it might be a race issue. Because I might not win without the... maybe gain life off this card. They drew another land for the turn. Alright, talent. Talented. 2 lands in a row. Both untapped. Both untapped. Do I draw a land? It's only fair. Nope, why would I? Why would I draw a land? Why would I draw a land? Alright, do they draw another land? Of course they do. Of course they do. They have drawn 3 lands in a row. At least I get to do this. Alright, we did it. We did it. It was starting to get a little sketchy there, but we only need 3 more attacks. And even, you know what, if I just ignored everything, Renin 6 does actually kind of struggle against a 5/5 Indestructible. It is just a red-green mid-range thing. And this might never, ever die. I don't think this plays anything like Emrakul. Exploration was the best thing they played early, and then the Renin 6 did matter because of Lotus Field. And then they drew perfect off the top post-Armageddon. But it bought me enough time. Like, even if they do draw lands, which is the best thing to draw, even if they do draw them, you have to... It's all a time thing, right? And they just don't have time. This would have started to be a problem because Renin 6 would let you play the land, and then I would just be out of this game completely, other than just swinging with this. But, sweet. Get wrecked. Renin 6 also probably plays 60 lands, so it's likely that they draw them. Land, 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 right off the top. 3 lands in a row. I think it was 2 lands in a row, because they farce seek for a Surveil land and would always keep a land on top. I think that's what happened there. I think that's what happened, so I'd say it's more like they drew 2 lands in a row, Because with a Surveil, it's pretty likely to hit. I don't think they milled the card with Surveil. Like, I wasn't paying attention. I was more fixated that they drew the Forest to cast Farseek. I can't beat Emrakul. So we just hope they're not Emrakul. Actually, you know what? I don't think I can beat this at all. I'm trying to think. I can't even kill their commander inside of combat. If they have Emrakul, we lose. And if they don't, we still lose without specific cards. Does that save me some? Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know how to deal with their commander. Two into four? Oh, even better. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. Let's play that. I feel like that means there's no other ramp spell, because you would always play a ramp spell instead. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to assume they just drew that, because that literally makes no sense. There's no reason to ever be concerned about a 5-5 when you're playing Ralph and Mikey. Now they just slowed themselves down a turn for, like, no reason. My commander doesn't look like it's doing much, so I'll just cast this. I'm pretty sure they could have cast Ralph and Mikey last turn and decided that blowing up my Mana Rock was better, which I don't get. So now we see if there is Emrakul. And then I can survive a turn, and then... Oh, I die the next turn, though, because they have an additional land to do it twice. Alright, it's not Emrakul, but it's still a lot of damage, and something I can't actually deal with outside of a board wipe, because it's got a haste and whatnot. They got an enchantment that gives them back a Tali after I sweep the board. I think my only legitimate out this game... This has Trample, huh? I think my only out was drawing Pariah. Or... Which technically a Braid would have stopped. A Braid would have always stopped Pariah as an out. So if they were specifically scared of Pariah, that was good. Yeah, alright. There's nothing I can do. That would have been funny, though. It's probably only a matter of time before I get hit by Emrakul, though, and then it's just always over. I'm not going to hit my opponent 5 times before they swing. Yeah, that feels like an auto loss. Maybe it is. Maybe you just can't beat that. Maybe it's just totally unwinnable. Like, they ignore me so egregiously. Goblin Bombardment? What? Come again? What? Huh? What's going on over there? Okay. That just straight up dies, so that was interesting. Like that just... Now it just dies. What are we doing with Goblin Bombardment? Don't know. feel like I'm not interested in dealing with it either. So... Tutor for Pariah? But I'm not super interested in casting it against this deck here. But I'll put it into my hand. Maybe making it known is also incorrect. I mean, it's a teamer deck. I'm not... What am I supposed to do? I just died a Cyclonic Rift. Like, nothing I can do about that. If it's in their deck and they draw it in time, it's just over, right? Oh, to ping the Hulk? Oh, yeah, alright. That is valid. You just poke the Hulk repeatedly. That's actually really funny. And true. That's pretty interesting, actually. Let's do this, and then... Sheltered by Spaghetti? No, I should Ossification first. And see if that works. I do not at all care about Goblin Bombardment, so... Apparently this is devastating? Does my opponent have 0 answers to Pariah and it's now sinking in? The only reason you concede is because you can't stop Pariah. That's the only thing to me that makes any sense. It's not like I'm killing you super fast, so... Oh, okay. Maybe they changed their mind. Let's, Pariah? I think is a good idea here. Oh. Maybe not. Guess not. Oh, wait. Maybe again. Alright, well, it didn't concede, so, like I said, there's a litany of things that make this totally irrelevant. That is technically not one of them. I wonder if I'm supposed to kill that. Yeah, it draws cards. I should probably kill that. I should absolutely kill that. It draws cards. Don't want to see that. I don't think gaining life matters in the slightest. I'll go ahead and do this. I'm surprised I didn't draw off a Bruce banner. If you don't have an answer, I think you should be drawing to one with Bruce. Like you should just tap it and draw. If you just don't have an answer, sure. Opponent hits Eternal Witness, Hulk Smash, and Mystical Tutor. So we'll find out right now with Mystical Tutor if we lose or not. Now we don't have to... the suspense goes to 0. I can't say the Hulk matters at all. Okay, what did they do? They targeted this. Why am I unable to activate the go... Oh, because they're doing more. They're not done resolving their cards, of course. Okay, let that resolve. I think they should have put Mystical Tutor on top last. Like on the bottom of the stack here, so the top. really not that big of a deal, but I mean, there's literally 10. Oh, look, it's Cyclonic Rift, the exact card I said. I just lose to. No way. No way. Am I dead on board? Destroy all untapped creatures? Maybe we're fine? What if I did this first? I should do this first. It doesn't really matter, actually. No, it doesn't matter. Let's take out that. And then destroy all untapped creatures, I guess. Maybe I'm not dead to Cyclonic Rift now? I like the idea of them having to cast it right now on their own turn. I think we might be able to survive that. We still have the capstone just like casting infinite stuff. Oh, they have the capstone with counter spells. Maybe not the best idea. But like now Cyclonic Rift isn't just immediately killing me. They're letting me gain 6 life off of that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna swing at you. You have to cast it now. What? Okay. End step? You have to cast them end step, I guess? And yeah, alright, well we beat the Cyclonic Rift, but do we beat the capstone just getting infinite value? Is kind of the next question. Well, they have counterspells in their deck, so apparently anything's possible. Couple rampant growths, sure. Problem in the graveyard? Not yet. Kinda sucks that I like have to play my commander and basically do nothing else next turn. How have I only drawn 4 lands? What? Is that just true? Jeez. Pretty sure there's like 40 lands if you add the MDSCs. At least it feels like it. I can't cast Pariah and my commander in the same turn. Okay, I can cast one of these mana rocks in my commander in the same turn. I don't believe casting a board wipe does anything when my opponent repeatedly just capstones me, so yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, well, it's down to literal top. Oh no, the Hulk has reach. They don't actually have to swing with it. They don't actually swing with the Hulk. Ill-timed explosion in Nissa. So even more cards. Must be nice. Okay, you got it. Yep. At least I didn't lose to Moon Mist. And my opponent had a pretty not great capstone deck. I really don't think you want counterspells in your 7-mana sorcery spell deck, so didn't matter. Super close though. I mean, if they only had 1 card that turn and it wasn't it, and they didn't draw 3 cards for the turn, if that one top deck wasn't it, we could have won. But instead we lose. I can get the red-green equipment. Oh, I didn't lose to Minidork turn 1? Oh my. Nope, I'm not going to interact with that at all. Let's play this. I think we can take time to do this because this hosts their early game. Unfortunately, it is so painfully obvious what this card is. But they might not have a choice but to play into it anyways. That's somewhat playing into it. Let's play Cloud. Get the red-green sword. Oop. Sure, I actually click it, play this tapped. I wonder if the sword alone can beat them without my commander. I wonder. What on earth is that? It's a fight, enchanted creature. I gotta read this. Okay. They don't have regenerate mana. What happens when this dies? Nothing? Human. Let's play Ghost Vacuum. Doomscar? We got around regenerate? Oh, I didn't exile the... Didn't exile it. The whole reason to play Ghost Vacuum, just decided I wasn't going to tap it. Alright, well on the bright side, I have that covered. I doubt my opponent needs 4 more mana, given what they've been playing so far, so I'm not even gonna... You know what? Just out of my... Yeah, I'm just doing this. I don't think I'm gonna need that card, and I might as well stop it. Might as well stop it. But I was obviously supposed to get rid of it, and I didn't. That was like the entire reason of casting the Ghost Vacuum, just forgot. But again, I would say this deck probably doesn't need more than like 5 mana, although they did just play a 6-drop. It doesn't matter which one I block. Get rid of arbitrary thing. I can sweep the board once more. What if I didn't? What if I did, though? But what if I didn't? Yeah, let's just kill the Vorinclex. I don't like it looking at me. This does not have haste. Like to see a land. I could have partitioned this and then like cast a sweeper. Okay, that doesn't matter. And that doesn't matter. Alright, yeah. It's just like red-green mid-range stuff. I probably didn't have to partition the 4/4. Oh, it gets trample? Oh, it gets trample. Alright, well that... I think rules-wise I should take 6 here. which is a bit tragic. But I'm pretty sure I take 6. Yeah, I do. Soul Partition. Soul Partition. Sweep the board again? So, what do I do? Sweep the board. Soul Partition the token? I've used my resources pretty poorly this game, but given what we're up against, I can just kind of get away with doing that. Or... yeah, we can just kind of get away with doing that. It's funny, the token I gave my opponent is the best thing they've had this game. So it's kind of funny. Alright, I don't think they could ever come out of this. The bottom of this doesn't matter. Giving this trample doesn't double all the damage it would deal. They're just going to concede to this. I'm just going to cast it. Or maybe they don't concede to it. Alright, yeah, they do. I was about to say. The only thing that could kill me is like top deck spaghetti problem. It gets trample, it deals double damage, and it just goes right over my face. Like it swings, it deals 4? 5, 6. So it deals 6. I take 1. It doesn't take many cards to beat me, and they have goofy stuff in here. Even a fight. No, if they fight, it dies because they have to regenerate it and then it's tapped. So it has to be like an instant speed bite. Or just a bite in general. But yeah, I took 6 there because lethal damage was already here at 5, and they don't have to assign lethal damage with the token. And the rest can just go to face. I haven't seen that happen in a very, very long time, but that is how that works. Wolverine, Even if this was alive, there's nothing else around it. It's not very scary when you have an indestructible 5/5 in the way. But I think like 2 of these cards, like this Soul Partition. The Humiliate could have been in my hand still, and also probably one of these board wipes could have been in my hand still. But, yeah, alright. The red-green mid-range beatdown thing is what we're actually kind of good against. No, it's not over with the sword. The sword doesn't kill them. My opponent doesn't care. I could draw 25 cards that turn. It doesn't... It's completely irrelevant. The only thing that matters is my opponent drawing a thing to kill me with a Wolverine. So the removal spell does it, not the sword. The sword doesn't matter. Unless, of course, it would draw me a removal spell for Wolverine. All my opponent needs to do is find something to make it lethal off the top. Which is... actually not many cards, excuse me, a lot of cards that they could have in their deck probably do that. I think I'm dead to something even as goofy as Rancor. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, swing. Yeah, even something as goofy as Rancor kills me off the top, so it's absolutely right to just take it out. Sword just doesn't matter. It is funny. I did give them their best creature. It's kind of funny. Gave them their best creature. Not sure what the Vorinclex is up to. If they care about Vorinclex just to put counters on the Wolverine, that's not really a good way of doing it. I don't think I like Vorinclex. By the time you get it in play and swing with it, Wolverine should have already been doing something. And I think that something is better off without putting a second counter on it for 6 mana. Like if your opponent hasn't dealt with Wolverine and Vorinclex is in play, I don't think the Vorinclex mattered. Unless it's just a 6 mana Lava Axe. Sometimes you just Lava Axe them. And sometimes you have a 2-minute queue. Which probably means a CEDH opponent. Yep. See, I was right. I was right. This confirms it. This has to confirm it. If you are in the queue too long, you will be put against the thing you cannot fundamentally beat. I don't know why. Well, let me concede so my opponent can actually play the game. But I don't know why it does this, because most of the time this happens to you, you're going to have to concede anyways. You can't do anything, right? My opponent is playing Kinnan. What am I supposed to do? My opponent actually has so much time, too. They'd have to have 7 lands and draw nothing but lands to lose, because I kill them starting turn 4 at 5 damage at a time. I don't understand why, if the queue's going to open the bracket for you because they just want you to play against somebody, this doesn't make sense. You just bracket your opponent into an auto loss and they can't really do anything. So there's probably a lot of players that just play it out. They don't really think about it. They queue with the commander, they read their opponents and they cast like whatever. But if you play a lot, you're just going to find this. I don't understand. It forces this player back into the queue, and then they have to just hope that it doesn't happen a second time. I don't understand. It's like resetting the queue. It just resets your queue anyways. It's not a solution to just have me stay in the queue longer, because I'm gonna be in the queue longer anyways. I have to re-queue like I just did. Just like what? It doesn't make sense. It's not a solution. I don't understand it. How anyone thought that was a good idea. It's like a psychological method. Like, oh, you see, there's always players. The queue time is good. Those players all the time. Like, just give me a 5-minute queue if it takes that long, because it's going to be 5 minutes if it's cut in half. See, if I just waited 30 more seconds. Look at that. Wait 30 more seconds in the queue, I would have seen something like this. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just give me the extra 30 seconds. I'm going to wait anyways. Unless I want to just lose to Kinnan and watch them play cards. It's like an unreal decision to me. But this is also the same people that probably had the like weight system that we discovered, or the player base discovered, not me specifically. And they're like, oh, we have to change it. But yeah, it's the same kind of people that just don't know how to like do what they're supposed to do to make this work. That's not true. I'm sure there's plenty of competent people in that company. Just to me, it doesn't add up not that much. Do I care about this? I think I unfortunately do care about that. Yeah, alright, a little unfortunate. But I think I have to do this. We probably, no matter what, die to an edict. But if they don't have an edict, we can play a game. They have to have one. Nah, don't swing with the Nethergoyth. Okay, opponent, I don't think that's a good idea, but maybe it is. Let's do the thing I wanted to do last turn, shall we? I love Spirited Simulacrum so much. It's not amazing, but man, do I love it. Like, 4 mana, do some arbitrary things. Oh, look, it's an edict. No way. It's almost like I said that's the only thing that matters. No way. Land? Can I come back in the game? That sorta does it. Sort of. Well, now it's just ridiculous. Whatever. Feels like it's absolute lost cause already, whatever. I have to do this now. It's probably 10 more edicts. At least they can't play their commander. That doesn't make me lose stuff. I finally draw a land, but I think I'm going to do something else now. Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't. Just specifically because they played the black market connections. I'm not going to do well at giving my opponent more time. But I think I had to say... Okay, I don't know why they kept the bad one. That was odd. Probably doesn't matter, because the game's going to boil down to the same effect. Whether or not they have a 5/5 is irrelevant. I die to edicts. I don't die to blast zone. I mean, if you have one, just cast it. Yeah, they don't, or they must not have one. Okay. They didn't crack the token either. I think I always kill Ral. I think. I could just... No. I think I always kill Ral. So let's play you. And I could rest in peace. Could rest in peace here. I think I have to do this. I really do. And then just cast the sword. That doesn't do much. It was a 2-turn clock if I went face, but I don't know. I find Ral to be probably a problem here. But who knows? Again, it all boils down to an edict, really. They yet again paid all the life in the world, and I don't really know why they care about 3/2s. Seems irrelevant. It's technically back to being lethal because of that. This is for 2? Okay, what does that flip into? I don't actually even know. Nothing that matters. They didn't do this post-combat, so now they can't block. Maybe a little bit of an oopsie-doopsie. They could have blocked with this if they waited post-combat, which might actually matter. Might legitimately matter. Each player discards a card. Okay. I think my opponent may have tossed this game. Do I name Clown? No, that's mean. That's mean. Let's do this, that. Okay. GG. I don't know what they could possibly draw or have in hand that makes them not dead to this. Yep. Yeah, I think there were a lot of misplays here. One could argue the major misplay for me was killing Ral, and I got too scared of it doing stuff, but I did, so I killed it. And then my opponent's like, oh, I'll just act as though you hit me anyways and lose a bunch of life that I don't think they should have. I don't even know if did they make a treasure token? They might have made a treasure token. I wasn't paying attention, but they're paying way too much life for this. The 3/2s don't matter. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. But they had the edict, and after the first edict, you would think that they know that's the only thing that matters and they should try to find another. Even something like Toxic Deluge? Huh. Alright, well, yeah, sure. Don't think I should have won that turn, but maybe I was going to win anyways. I could have locked them under the enchantment slowly. I'm overanalyzing my opponent's plays, I guess. I don't know. I like Ral. I don't like this hand. I kind of like this hand. I think if I stop flubs, I can play the game. If it goes 1 into 3, at least I actually have a way to stop flubs and still play the game. Looks like it's going to go 1 into 3. Why wouldn't it? I actually have 2 ways of stopping flubs in my hand. There's 2. And I think I'm more interested in this one. Bristly Bill. Why? Firstly, build a new deck. Okay, yeah, no, sure. You got it. Do the thing. By all means. Let's play, literally no cards. When it dies, draw for each 1/1 counter on it. Okay. I don't know how to navigate this. So I'm just gonna pass and not think about it. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, sure. And then I do this. When this dies, draw a card for each counter on it. Like that. This has been a very strange game. Oh, come on. Come on! Oh, wait a minute. Planar Disruption. It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. I'm a fool. It wouldn't have worked anyways. Okay, we've made it this far. How do we get out of this? Let me just read this again. Each enchant artifact creature in place can't attack block. Activated abilities can't is still triggered ability at the bottom. So I don't actually have a legitimate solution to this. So let's deal with the horn. Just don't have an answer. My opponent thinks it's an answer, so maybe I should do it again, but I'm gonna act as though my opponent knows how it works. And I have to deal with the horn. I can't take time to deal with flubs. They can just recast flubs. It doesn't actually stop them. Doesn't actually stop them. Can we get stuck with a land in our hand, please? That'd be pretty cool. One time, maybe? Was that one of my best draws? Possibly. Possibly. I don't actually know if it's good enough. I don't actually know if it's good enough, but it at least does something. I can swing with Lion Sash because they're not. No, that's stupid. All right, I don't think this solves the problem, but I am going to cast it. I don't think that solves my problem. I don't think it solves my problem in the slightest, actually. I would argue it probably doesn't buy me any time, but we'll see. You think it loses from Armageddon? Okay, well. I mean, I cast it thinking it doesn't help me, and here it is not mattering. So that kind of just isn't true. Oh, it's obvious to me. That's all that matters. All right, look at that. I'm glad we thought it mattered. I needed to let my opponent draw 8 cards off the hanger back thing, and there's just no way I win when they do that, so it's 100% loss. I had an answer in my hand, I just had to cast it on something else that was going to draw 8 cards. Which I would have lost from that, so you could just chalk it up to another game that's probably always an auto loss. And I could just concede to it. Alright, let's see if they don't have a green 1-drop this time. I might be able to play the game. Oh, no. Deafening silence? Okay. Oh, great. Great, great, great. Green 1-drops. Rhystic Study? I'll mana tithe that. I almost don't want to mana tithe it, because I have no respect for Rhystic Study, but I'll mana tithe it. Let's see if we can find... That's not it. Shadow Spear? What? Random mana dorks? I can play my commander? Yeah? Sure. Oh shoot, the token's untapped. I forgot. I almost crewed my vehicle. Maybe not the best idea when things look the way they do. I gotta read this again. Power greater than or equal to, so 0. Does that do anything? Oh, they get to keep it because it's 4. It's exactly 4. I don't think I can win with Overwhelming Splendor, so I'll say that's probably game. I don't think I can Splendor. Well, I can, but I don't Splendor in time, and I just lose my commander. Wow, the fact that it's 4 and it's gone forever is just like really nuts. If ever we needed another uphill battle card to see as a mono white commander. If ever we needed another card in the roster there to make it bad. Not gonna lie, I think that's probably always an auto loss regardless, because a Teamer deck does not at all care about a 5/5 flying indestructible. Even if they didn't steal it, I don't know what I'm doing. I die to like unsummon. Like I could just die to Pauper decks here. Like legitimately lose to Pauper decks. Could have just been anything. Just blue-green doesn't care what I'm doing, ever. I mean, it doesn't care what a lot of people are doing, but me especially. What is this? Whenever you draw, blah, blah, blah. Another one! Look at that. 4 games in a row. Oh boy. I don't think I'm going to interact with birds, though. I don't think I'm interacting with it. Oh, okay. Should have interacted with it. 1 into 3, I win. Draw a card, counter. Alright, now my only saving grace is their deck is all in on their commander. Which is why I didn't source this, because I assumed that could be the case. Instead of just 1 into 3, I win. I have never beaten someone playing a Mana Dork into a 3-mana ramp spell. Remove any number of counters. I gotta read this again. When you draw a card, counters, blah, blah, blah. Remove any number of counters from this. Make that many 1/1s. Okay, I'm gonna make a executive decision and say I can beat that with cards. So the game continues. Witness protection, sure. I have a blue-red sword for that. I don't believe I lose before that would matter. I'm not going to Solitude. Rather not Solitude right now. So let's get the sword and let's cast it before they have a counterspell. Available. I don't really care about the Ant-Man with a single 1/1 counter on it. That many 1/1 green insect tokens. Emeritus of Ancestral Recall, which I can't do anything about. Not gonna do anything there yet. They swing with their commander? Alright. Yeah, I didn't actually think about that. I could have maybe blocked the cloud. So I can put this on cloud? No, then I'm just dead. That doesn't work. As long as... So it sucks that I, like, probably have to move the equipment back over. Maybe that doesn't suck. Maybe that actually doesn't suck at all. Maybe that's perfectly reasonable. Maybe that is perfectly reasonable. Problem is it's only 4 damage, not 5. But it's still almost just straight up lethal. Mana Tithe was a phenomenal draw. Let's just do nothing. Mana Tithe might actually do something here. What does that do? Okay, let's swords that thing. And then swords the 5/5 token. Do they have enough cards for that? Let's get rid of this. I don't think that's going to matter. Can't. I guess I could have taken out the Emeritus. Oh, was I stupid? Yeah, I guess I could have. I'll just Mana Tithe literally any card ever. Okay, so let's swing, because there's nothing else to do. Settle the Wreckage is good, but it's not that reliable. There's nothing else to do, and I really don't want to lose my own card, but I think I have to just prevent the... Oh, this is just actually really bad. It's just so bad. I think I'm one land away from having a meaningful turn. Alright, yeah. I'm literally one land away from having a meaningful turn. Yep, there goes the sword. And then this just has to work or I lose? Or it's not. Whatever. Blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. Can't do anything. Sweeping my own cloud is what I just had to do, and I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not coming back from that. Because my opponent just has a whole turn of whatever. Just doesn't matter. Oh look, it's another blue-green deck. Does it also have a 1-drop like the past 5 players? Of course it does. This has been my life for the past hour. Every single game. My opponent's commander also didn't matter last game. Ant-Man was completely irrelevant. I mean, it dealt 6 damage to me, so I suppose to a degree that, excuse me, probably matters in some way. One could argue. Let's play commander. Man, look at all these blue spells. Crazy. Is that a sorcery? I gotta read this. I think I'd rather just play the Mana Rock anyways, honestly. Oh, I guess that's technically a blue card, even though it does the green thing. Rimewood Falls? What? Mass manipulation, wow. Blue-green, ladies and gentlemen, blue-green. I can enchant the commander and then still have no way to actually win the game. But that's technically something I can do and something I have to do, so there you go. Get rid of graveyards and then stare at our opponent as we lose to mana dorks. Oh, what's even better is Tamiyo flips. My opponent just countered the pariah that would have made me lose, so I'm a little lost here. Pretty sure I just blew up the pariah for them, and they're just like, nah, you can keep that. Is there a reason they didn't kick that? Maybe there was only one blue source. Solitude. I don't know if that matters. I don't think it does. There's no... I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm just waiting for the blue-green deck to do stupid stuff. It's not like I have Shield Druid I can flash in or anything. Okay. Um, 19. Yeah, we can concede now. I mean, I was dead 10 minutes ago. I just wanted to see what was going on. I don't understand why they discountered the answer to Pariah. Would have just died. Blue-green, imagine thinking. Imagine needing to think when you always have a green 1-drop. Every game. Every single game. Kinda boring. I have library. Haven't had that yet. I have library and it matters? World first? What am I up against? I don't know, a green deck? So who cares? 8, 7, so I can draw now? Wait, no, this replaces itself. Yeah, that just replaces itself. I don't have to do anything. Let's grab Let's grab that one. Let me just triple check this. Okay. Now I'm paranoid. No green 1-drop this time. Our hour streak has ended. I said hour. Hey. Okay. What does that do? Modify creature you control have trample, and then you get rampant growth when they hit you. Okay, I remember that card. I have 8, so let's lay down arms the Black Lotus. And then probably also this, wait, I should draw first. And then play swords? I would say yes to that. Funny, I don't actually have a board wipe. My deck has 15 of them. Next turn I can crew the equipment. And they like have to sort of block the equipment. Which they very easily can, so never mind. It's like I'm just instantly right back to needing a board wipe. So the equipment doesn't get through, and I die to the board. So if I play a 5/5 indestructible, this at least doesn't do anything that very turn. I think this is my best bet. Technically have another removal spell. Okay. Surprise, surprise. Absolutely no idea why they didn't swing with other creatures. That doesn't make any sense, but sure. Alright, board wipe. 25 in the deck. I've drawn a lot of cards. Well, more than I normally draw, I should say. 4, 5, 6. No, that's not enough. Armageddon doesn't do it, so I gotta draw off of this. I can crew this, or equip here, but then that's like all my mana. So that doesn't really work. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Okay, I actually drew one. So the game continues. Or just outright ends, we'll see. Their token doesn't have trample anymore. So I don't have to take 2 throughout the course of this game. What the heck is that? Whenever you attack, put a counter on attacking creature. Whenever modifier creature deals control to a player, exile top card. Alright, so that doesn't currently matter at all. Just let that happen. I gotta read their commander again. Nothing on it is giving trample to anything else. I don't actually know. I actually have Overwhelming Splendor, and they only have one card in their hand, and it's currently castable? No, it could be Plaza. Could just be Plaza activation. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm not dead if it doesn't work, so I can cast it. Okay, well, library just got us out of that. We drew into a board wipe. Look at that. Look at it, deuced. Mono white control. Look at look at it go. This is a game where they did not have the green 1-drop. They had a green 2-drop, but if they led with this, this could have been a very different game. Could have been different. Having twice as much mana on turn 1 is, or I guess turn 2 or whatever is, a lot better than not doing that, so. But they did have the Black Lotus creature there with a counter on it rather early, which was a lot of mana. But I was able to fight the mana, kind of. The damage was honestly already dealt. See, there's a problem with these, right? If you have to, like, tempo yourself to deal with them, and even when you do, you know, you're just down a card. And if you answer them, sometimes they've already tapped for mana and put your opponent ahead already. It's just like so egregiously difficult to comfortably deal with. Like I felt like I needed a $2,000 card to keep up with a mana dork here. It's just so much. But I was always dead without a board wipe. Maybe not much matters outside of a board wipe in this matchup. I do have Ghost. No, I actually don't have Ghostly Prison. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that wouldn't have saved me. It would not have saved me. Neither would this, really. I could remove Trample from the Kodama and then take, like, maybe just my own token, assuming that I never lose my commander. That might be true. There's not a lot of things that they might be running to get rid of it. But I never got the equipment going. Yeah, alright. Library. I just don't know why they didn't go crazy that one turn. All right, I'm over this. I'm tired. I'm so tired of this. There's so many green decks. There's only so much I can do. I'm tired of this. Oh, I'm tired. So like, it's not actually horrendously bad, right? This is just better than Zetalpa. If you like Zetalpa, which I do, I would recommend probably just playing this instead, because you get your Zetalpa game plan in earlier and can still effectively play actually the same exact deck. Maybe less mana rocks, because you don't need to cast an 8 mana do nothing. You can now cast a 4 mana do nothing. So you might get rid of some of the expensive stuff, but if you like mono white stuff, there's one player who I haven't seen in a while, and maybe it's too late for them and they gave up, but the person who exclusively plays this and beat me every single time I played against them, except one time, and it was only because I got mana screwed. So someone had that player either solved the mono white thing, and I actually did kind of like this as a commander. They either solved it or they didn't, and just got extremely lucky the 10 times or 20 times I had seen them regularly playing Magic Arena, at least 6-ish months ago and back. But recently I haven't seen that player. Maybe they hopped into ranked, started dunking on people. But yeah, there's plenty of decks that will never care about this, right? And I saw a massive wall at the back end of the play session where that is just true. There's blue-green, as per usual, doesn't care at all what I do. In fact, they care so little that if I started the game with this in play, I would probably still lose. Like, if this was a 0-drop, I probably still lose to blue-green decks. So, there's nothing, I can only address this in the realm of how fun it is to play and what you like to do in mono white and all that jazz, but unless something fundamental changes, you're just totally pinned under the fact that you're mono white and there's not much you can do against a ton of things. Your removal is okay. Your board wipes are excellent. You have no counter spells or anything. You don't have any super exciting ramp spells. I mean, you got all like the generic mana rocks, which are okay, right? I mean, you don't have very good like standalone value planeswalkers. There's like Elesh Norn now, and it's kind of it. Maybe we could have played Gideon to just like give this life link sometimes, and also defend Gideon pretty well. Gideon could be somewhat interesting in a deck like this, but when your opponent can swing with a bunch of other creatures other than the 5/5, it starts to be a problem, and you're sort of like paying 5 life to kill a different creature every time, which is fine. I mean, that's paying life to do something, and I think that's something that Black likes to do. So if you pay 5 life to block a different creature and kill it, that's actually kind of fine. But yeah, if you ever find yourself concerned about this token, which for some reason a lot of people were telling me to play things that just exclusively deal with the token, that doesn't make sense. You've lost the game. If you're worried about this token killing you, the game is done. Just play the next one. If you have to play cards in your deck to worry about this 5/5 you give them, then your deck is just going to be worse in all other circumstances. And for very little gain, because if your commander's answered and you don't get to put it back in play pretty fast, it doesn't matter if the token swings at you, you've lost anyways. So giving your opponent this token is not supposed to matter. And if it ever does, oh boy, maybe back to Zatulpa with you, I say. There's just not a lot going on. It's hard to do this. Eternal Wanderer? I don't know. Eternal Wanderer, if we're playing it to flicker a token, we're in the land of Oz. We're not trying to play on the backside of Mars. We have to not care about this. Your deck is better when you don't care about the token. What else? No, that's about it. I mean, Pariah's cool. It doesn't beat any of the things that completely ignore you, which is a lot of the blue-green decks, or just really green in general, can kind of just totally ignore this. Like Rofellos, I think, has at least 5 cards in it that just could easily deal with this. Well, I mean, there's the Eldrazi, but if they're not playing Eldrazi, then there's probably still like 5 cards that deal with Pariah. I think I had it work twice, maybe? Maybe I'm not actually quite sure. What else? No, that's about it. I don't think Voice of Victory was that great. Could have maybe just been something else. Really didn't do anything at all, actually. Not even sure why I thought it was a good idea to play it. We have so many board wipes, and it just kind of dies. It makes your sweeper uncounterable, but you just 2-for-1 yourself. It makes your removal uncounterable if you're ever against Katara, which I would say you probably just concede the moment you see Katara in the command zone anyways. So that doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think Voice was the right idea. There are the Rule of Law cards, like Silence and... was it Deafening Silence? What was it called? Like, you could just play Deafening Silence as a thing. Like, I was playing Rest in Peace, kind of for the same logic. Like, oh, it's a graveyard deck, might as well try to get the Rest in Peace. It's a Storm deck, might as well try to get the Deafening Silence, I guess. Maybe this was just another thing, like a Winter Moon style effect. You just get them, but, you know, it has absolutely nothing to do with your commander and or anything like that. I don't know if I saw this card a single time. I'd have to go back. Well, I'm about to go see, but I don't know if I ever saw this. Maybe I did. Maybe that's not true. I know I saw Idyllic Tutor, but I don't know about that one. Overwhelming Splendor, if it did resolve, there were quite a few spots where it actually would have been pretty good, surprisingly. Historically, it has not been very good, but the past few times there are few games I've played, or I don't know how to, my metric system, units of measurement, videos worth of time. It feels like Overwhelming Splendor might have been okay in a few spots where like they just actually can't stop it, right? Like a Rakdos deck is still totally screwed. Stuff like that. And ever since Force of Will and all that got blasted away, it really is just green again. And maybe because of that, it's not great. But if you stop all of their like creature-based solutions to it, which it does, it's kind of okay. There's always Boseiju. I don't know. It's one of those cards you just like it, you play it. It's just like a, I can't think of another example. Like Thor's playing whimsical, expensive red enchantments, and you're like, yeah, it's good when it's doing the thing, but you have to like get to the thing, and this really doesn't feel like a ramp deck. But I did get to 8 mana enough that I felt like this was at least playable. I don't know. It's just mono white. That's it. If it's mono white. If this had another color to it, there's something going on here, but it just doesn't have another color. I don't really know what color would help it. I suppose the other half of it is black, so if they just added black, or like if this flipped into the void and now it's a black commander instead of giving the black to your opponent, that might make it more interesting. Like, oh, you know, it flips and then it suddenly you have this other thing it's doing on the other side. I'm almost surprised they didn't design the card like that. They could have designed it like that, right? Because I'm pretty sure the Sentry transforms into the problem side that he's got going on in his head. I don't think he is simultaneously existing with both, unless he's in his own head or it separates. I don't know the lore of the character. But there's, you know, Mr. Jackal, or wait, Dr. Hyde, Mr. Jackal? Dr. Jackal, Mr. Hyde? The Hulk? Just the Hulk transforms into the Hulk? I thought maybe Sentry transforms into the Void, and now we have a second color and can play the game. But I suppose not. Suppose not. I like the design of this. I just, for the sake of actually playing it and being successful with it, it would have been nice to do that. But in multiplayer, you give someone a 5/5, they never swing at you because they can't, and then they swing at other people. That is kind of cool. You give someone an indestructible 5/5, and you just sit there and swing at other people and whatnot. I like that. But in single player, oh boy. Okay, well, that's that. It's mono white. It's a discounted Zatalpa. Just as bad, but just as fun in the games that last longer than 3 turns, I guess. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.